How we doing, YouTube class? I'm Techno Lord, and I'm going to be showing you how to start a fire today. I'm doing this for a class project for my History 122 course, and we're going to be going through several different types of styles and tinder. We're going to start off with a ferro rod. This is one of the cheapest ferro rods and steels that you can get off of Amazon. It comes with a steel attached. It also comes inside of an aluminum tube that has a nice O-ring seal, which is one of the reasons I chose this one. One of the drawbacks to this particular model is it is a very small rod, so it's a limited spark. The first thing I wanted to mention about the ferro rod, they all come with this black coating on them. So the first thing you want to do, you're not going to get any spark off the top of that. The first thing you want to do with these ferro rods is you've got to clean this black coating off. Well, that's the third shot. I hope he's got him by now. Clean this black coating off. This is an anti-rust coating to keep the ferro rod from rusting up. But you have to get it off. If you could see that, I started getting a little spark here as we're starting to get this cleaned out. All right, we're starting to get some sparks going here. Got a clean spot worked off for this rod. So here I've got a little bucket of some real fine kindling stuff to put on the fires once we get it going. We've already got this worked up. Just kind of tuck that out of the way. In this area, I found a lot of videos on YouTube talking about cottonwoods and poplars and different kinds of materials in different areas. So these are some items here I found on the farm that we can serve as kindling. The first thing I've got here is a bundle of foxtail. And this is December, and it's been raining all week, so this is not going to be a super easy fire to start. A lot of humidity in the air and a lot of dampness, but it will go to kind of serve to show what is capable with these materials. So first we want to take the ferro rod to the foxtail here. And with that, to get started, you want to find yourself a good anchor point for your steel. A lot of people will sit up here and try arcing and sparking and throwing a spark. That's not going to do anything. It looks cool, but you're just throwing fire everywhere. It's not hitting. You want to get down here. You want to get on your tinder, and you want to pull your ferro rod away. To create a spark in here. This pan may not be the most conducive to this event. All right, we got a little something going here. We're gonna turn that over, and we can get some little guys on here. Get some little guys on here. Get them warming up. Now, don't get me wrong. This was a very, very small tinder bundle. This was more of a proof of concept. That's why it's inside my frying pan. Of using one of the cheapest ferro rods you can find on top of just a very small bundle of foxweed. But this is a repeatable source of tinder. And like you see here, we've got a pile gathered so we can do it again and again. And then you can see over here with my bigger tinder bundle, and we've got a lot more to work with. This is just a proof of concept idea here. And we've still got a little bit of fire left. All right, so next we're gonna move over to bow drills. And I've got several different ones here I've made up. Made one out of red cedar and poplar. My bearing block is the top half of a piece of poplar. My spindle is red cedar, and my fireboard is poplar with a piece of cedar for a bow. I've got another one here that uses a piece. Great myrtle, that one. This bearing block is a piece of paradise. I found paradise to be very fire resistant. At least we call them paradise around here. They're closely related to a coffee tree, fairly invasive species, but resistant to fire, so it made a nice bearing block. This one's using an oak dowel that I had laying around that I turned into the spindle, and then a piece of poplar fireboard to go on. And then I've got one here I picked up off of Amazon, and it's using balsa wood for the fireboard, and it's using a poplar spindle and a bamboo bow. This one's a little bit different style. It's got a bearing block, like an actual bearing here. Makes it really efficient for energy. Stage, some other things we picked up out of the field. None of the foxtail in this one. I've got the fireboard on top of my bird's nest here, so I'm going to be dropping my ember directly into that. So we're gonna get the bow set up here. Got the spindle. This part is probably the trickiest, getting it set up and ready to go. Getting braced in here so you don't kick out. Get a good pivot point started. And you want to just medium pressure, get that warmed up. You see the smoke starting to come out of there, I think. You see a little smoke coming out? Oh, smoke coming off of that end. And so you can see here the charcoal, the chars, the little fine stuff that was generated. And that's what's building your ember. This one's not a perfect cut. That's probably too wide of an angle for this one. But had some smoke coming and started making our char material there. But just different concepts, and different ways to do it. That's the more traditional way. This is a really simple system. And picked this one up off of Amazon. I think it was $13, but you can get up here, and this one's nice because you can kind of get pressure on it from your chest, warm it up. The other nice thing about this one is the string is fully contained. There you can see that smoke starting to come out of there now. You can see this balsa wood very quickly just drills a hole straight through it, which is probably the drawback of this system. But if you can see there, we do have a little bit of smoke and fire here.